All right, y'all, let's get into the Chinese DeepSeek AI and connect this because it's connected to the beast of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns, and we're going to see some things and hear some things, and it's going to shake us as we're taking into that 4D spectrum and the 3D spectrum for the part 2 and part 3 of the wild times and the going into a new age. So Corona, COVID, the King County, Seattle, Chinese, dragons. The dragon year ends on 129. The peace deal of 2020 on 128. Jimmy Carter, the memorial ends on the remembering time, ends on 128. 8 days after the election. 8 is for part of that Last Supper, and the Gemini, Trump, the Gem, the ring bearer, and today with the Quake in the Northeast, a 4/8 Quake, which is tied to the eclipse, is mentioned. That was done in New Jersey. So the Maine is the me, can be tied to Trump or tied to Mexico, because Mexico has the XI for the Xi Jinping, who just did the AI, and they need to do this. So Mexico can possibly go over to the BRICS, and the BRICS is tied to the Mexican brickweed, the Jimmy. Jimmy's a reference for the brickweed, y'all. But either way, the AI is going to be coming eye to eye with these people. It's going to blink once, blink twice, those types of things. And these people are going to kind of get freaked out about what's kind of going on, and they're going to get freaked out about their money and all the things that's unfolding. But you got the lab leak going on, which is basically bio-warfare scheme that's been released. Real quick, back to the dragon, because it has a couple days it's been basically blowing some fire, and it's been finding a landing pad on the West Coast, and Seattle is where Bruce Lee is buried, okay? And Bruce Lee was a king back in the day, and him and his son played the crow, the Brandon. But when I went to Seattle, I went and visited the grave. It was a must for me. I was a huge fan when I was involved with martial arts and boxing and such back in the day. But either way, so the dragon is buried there. And we've been following Enter the Dragon with the Mirrors and Return of the Dragon, the Coliseum for that stadium event and all those types of things. But and that Coliseum is part of that alarm that is tied to the 10-4 alarm that was last year, and so happens that in 3 days is a backwards 10-4 with the 2-5 equaling 10, and then the 3 and the 1 with the crown is a 4. But we're in the backwards times, and then also 128 you can get for the times a 4 also with the 2 and the 8. So the Seattle Quake, or the Northwest Quake, is pretty imminent, and it can be tonight, tomorrow, the next day, the 30th, or whatever. Today's 27th, when the whatever, but which would be the 28th, basically. Either way, so I would expect the huge quake, and pretty soon, okay? And then this is going to pop off some other things where you get the Joe versus the volcano, and the Joe is the J, which is the G, so it's the Go, the Go EV, Old Cano, all right, and that's the Trump. But as we go down this matrix and it collapses, where it's a learning experience every day. But either way, Claudia Sheinbaum, It's part of the abomination in a way, and she's the leader of Mexico, and the Xi Ping and the Claudia, the claws is for the Santa Claus, and the Nasdaq has the sand on it backwards, meeting in the middle for those mid deals on the tables, and then you got the Q&A for afterwards. And then you also got the sand for the Santa. So this is where we've seen this burn on one way on the Santa area and the Palisade, and then it's going into the Nasdaq, and then so this can be that money event in a way, for as things collapse into each other, for the 7 horns and the 10 or 7 heads and the 10 horns. We're going to see this and hear those kinds of things, but as this can be a money event for one time, for the early eyes and ears, and then eventually I would assume that things are going to be opened up to where the information is not going to be so suppressed or whatever, to where it actually gets out to the people as things intermingle, and that brings them into this crazy reality and such. And it's all been taught to them that it's either actor-based reality or demons and all these other things. So as reality is blending in, let's get into the Marburg virus that's supposed to be coming out, that they're scaring people of. That supposedly, that sounds like that Revelation one, where the bleeding eyes and ears and such. But my wife showed me a little video of a clip today, and it's basically going over everything that I told you is going to be coming in one way, shape, or form. But it's all set. The mark's been taken. The 80% or so is taken, one or more. And it's the Chinese with the AI is coming in, and the frequency, the Pfizer might be one of those things, but the Wi-Fi and those types of things. This could be that the bow is in the Wi-Fi cloud, and this can be the arrow and the Aaron going into the Moses for that birth and that basket and stuff, bringing out that fish or whatever kind of thing that's going on that's been implanted in these people. Okay, so I expect something to be crawling out of the mouth or out of the ass or nose or whatever kind of thing is going on with some of these people that's been implanted by the little thing or mask or whatever's going on. Okay, oh, it's gonna be quite the show, people. Okay, we'll see how good it breaks out, but the venom has already been taken. All right, and you basically got to take the venom to open your eyes, basically on this blink twice, and this blink twice is going with the AI thing and the pyramid and all that stuff that we got into the other day in a little blink video with $1. But this is when you're going to blink twice, eye to eye. What's in there? Oh, and then you get poked in the wiener. We're in there. We in ER. So the old glory hole. That's what's coming with the old Don's nuts. All right, and you're already in the Butler and Baker area, and this slow oven. Melania is there for the cooker. Okay, so it's gonna get good, folks. The plant for the people, this thing or whatever, it may not come on the phones or like over a loudspeaker. We've talked about this before. The like Spider-Man movie that came out, you're watching it and you're in, God, the THX sound system, the surround sound. All right, anyways, all these things are going to be playing a role. Okay, and that serotonin on those ecstasy days heats up the old brain. Okay, helps you get that mercury out, helps you get them vaccines and stuff back that your parents did to you out. And that's where the Mercury Project is lining up with the moon and RFK and him speaking next week about on the vaccines and preparing the Democrats. It's gonna get so good, y'all. Y'all are gonna be blinded by what y'all have just done to your offspring. Okay? And your spring break's coming, and your offspring's coming with your PTO and the cry PTO and all these other things, and money's all been taken and all of whatever else they got planned up for going. Okay? So, and then you've been told Biden hadn't been running the show, somebody else. So, I'm about to hear all the stuff that I told you on the backside, on the rewind, in a little flip-flop reverse session. Okay? So, y'all just get ready. And get ready for the Quake in Seattle, more than likely, as the dragon from the Bruce Lee spirit rises from this ground. Okay?